Good morning. This is Victor Jimenez with Sewer Line Check Professionals. I'm here at 3115 Pearl Street in Santa Monica, and I'm in the process of performing a video examination of the main sewer line for Linda Whitting. Now, the main sewer line is a portion of the waste drainage piping which lies exterior to the structure and is underground. It connects the building drainline system to the public sewer. The building drainline system then is the portion or portions of the waste drainage piping which are interior to or underneath the structure. Today's video examination is not focused on the building drainline system. So if further evaluation is desired regarding the building drainline system, a licensed plumbing contractor should be contacted, or a specialty building drainline video examination can be set up through our office. Now, I've accessed today's main sewer line from a 3-inch maintenance, the 3-inch main sewer line cleanout located in the driveway, which is just to the left of the house. Now, the linear footage on my camera, the counter, is a little bit messed up, so right now it's reading at about 58 feet. We need to add another 40 feet to that. And I'll be describing basically what I'm running into. This is a little bit of an unusual situation. Essentially, the direction of the pipe is, as it exits the structure, it heads in a direct path toward the street. It's a cast iron pipe up until that point. Now, 6 inches before it hits the sidewalk, it connects. There's a Y fitting, and it changes from a cast iron pipe into a vitrified clay piping. Now, as soon as it turns into that clay piping, it makes a turn to the right, and the line starts running directly parallel to the sidewalk. Now, I've pushed 60 feet from that point, so essentially we are 60 feet down this clay pipe, and I will make a comment that I did run into a connection to another house. It's unusual for the public sewer to be running in the under the sidewalk, and essentially at this time we're not completely able to determine whether this section of the line that we are in is a public sewer or not. This is something that will have to be consulted either with the city or by getting a licensed, reputable sewer contractor that's familiar with the area to help completely figure out exactly where the public sewer is. Now, the one situation we're running into right this second is that 60 feet down the line, we are experiencing a blockage. There is some soft debris buildup here, potentially some roots, and the camera is unable to get over that point. So I will be describing the pipe as I come back from it, but that is something to note. 60 feet down that clay pipe, we are running into a blockage that we're unable to get through. That will need to be cleaned. I recommend that a hydrojetting is used to clean out this line once the proper individuals are consulted with regards to what's going on with this system. Now, we're coming in, here's an example. There on the right, there's another connection point. And, it's possible that right this second we are in that city sewer, but like I said, we're in a vitrified clay line. The vitrified clay is a very common material for main sewer lines and has a long service life expectancy. However, it is more susceptible to damage during earthquakes and seismic activity and has a tendency to let in roots at the joint areas. You saw a little bit of that earlier in the line. And here's another connection that I was speaking of just a moment ago. When I push out to this point, there was water coming from that. I've already run all the water inside the property and know that this is a connection to another structure. And we're still in that vitrified clay. We're coming back now. We're still running under the sidewalk. We haven't made it out into the street yet. Alright, now we are just about to turn back into this section. So, you can get an idea of what I'm talking about here. This is a section of cast iron piping. It's a Y fitting. There does not appear to be water coming from the other direction, which is why this is questionable as to whether this is actually a public sewer or whether this is just an extension of the main sewer line from this structure. But I will continue. So we come back in here and we're in a cast iron piping. Now, the cast iron typically has a service life of about 70 to 80 years. And when we run into these cast iron pipings, there's a couple of things that we're paying attention to because, as I said, these lines have shorter service life expectancies to other types of materials, and they tend to have, rust and scale buildup. When we start seeing root intrusions into cast iron pipes, that's a violation of the integrity of the line. Now, we're not seeing any of that here, and the section of cast iron actually looks to be in functioning condition, like it is still functioning, but there is a bit of rust and scale buildup, not extremely excessive. There is a couple things that I'd like to comment on, though, because as we come back under, we are in the driveway right now, as we're coming under the driveway, there's a section that has had some standing water and debris, and what occurs in a cast iron pipe is that expedites a process of rotting the pipe away and just more quickly deteriorates the pipe. So while this is still functioning, it is just something to note that at some point in the future this line will need to get replaced. It will only continue to deteriorate, and it is just something to think with. Keep in mind. Alright. Now, here is the maintenance access that we use today, the main cleanout, here located just in the driveway here. Now, to give a little bit of an illustration as to what I'm talking about, the line essentially runs in a direct path, and then once it hits the sideway, it starts going to the right. This house over here is actually connected to that line that we were in, and that's why I'll be recommending that a licensed sewer contractor that's familiar with the area is contacted, and I've gotten to basically work out and figure out exactly what's going on with this line. The city might need to be contacted as well. Alright, and with that, I will be wrapping up the video portion of today's examination. Once again, this is Victor Jimenez with Sewerline Check Professionals. Thank you very much and have a pleasant day.